Hello everybody, happy Tuesday, I hope you're doing very well. Another week, another set of videos of me buying football shirts and then showing you what I actually have bought. And today we have a very special Italian team, one of the most successful Italian teams ever, but maybe not one of the ones that you're expecting. But before that, I have two parcels that I'm going to open today. This one is the one that's going to be for my collection, and I have this one in here, which is actually a gift from a viewer. I say viewer, it's a long-term viewer, pretty much more of a friend now, and it's someone that's helped contribute shirts to my collection over the years that we've been in contact. And this time, he says it's not actually a shirt that I can really add to my collection per se, it's merely one that I can wear out and about. And I usually say, whenever I do a video of maybe an obscure team, the likelihood of you knowing who this is very slim. But you never know, there's always a chance that someone could be from that country or just has a good knowledge of football teams, football shirts, whatever. This one, I 100% guarantee you that no one will know who this is, apart from the person who sent it, because it's such a rare shirt that it's actually not really an actual football team. It's a five-a-side team. He sent me the five-a-side shirt that he wears, and I think, as far as I understand it, they change it up every season. And he's decided to get me one. At least that's what he says in the messages. So I'm very excited to get one of these because it's kind of personalised. It's a lovely touch. And yeah, let's get it open. It's come all the way from Bosnia, so it has done a bit of travelling. I don't know how I'm going to get into this. There we go, let's tear it. So, I had a rough idea of what it looks like, because it showed me the... ooh, I think also I have some shorts as well. It's the full kit. So, right, let's look at the shorts, shall we, first. So, there we go. So we have this sort of deeper, darker red. And the reason for that is because, at the very least, the person who I'm in contact with is a Roma fan. And this is obviously the colours that you would expect to see on majority of Roma's home shirts. Sometimes, of course, they might change it slightly. So there's the shorts. And we have the number 36 on there. He did actually message me a couple months ago. He asked me what my favourite number was. At that point, I knew something was up. And I said 36. I don't really necessarily have a favourite number, lucky number, but I kind of am drawn to 36 for whatever reason. But here is the shirt. And there we go. Now that is spectacular. Considering, bear this in mind, that this is a five-a-side team, or, you know, an equivalent. Look at the detailing and the effort that's been put into this. And you compare that to some of the teams who are professional teams, major teams, who have pretty plain designs. Maybe the one I'm going to show you, not quite though. And then we have a look at the back. It's me! CFS Dan. Number 36. And then Banja Luka, which is the city where these fine gentlemen play their football. Now, I'm going to be honest with you. I may not be able to make many of the games. I do work late some nights. And it might be quite difficult for me to get to Bosnia after work finishes. So you may have to find a replacement. Of course, if you do win the league, I would like a medal sending. But I'm ready. I'm kitted out just in case I have the shorts. So this is one I'm going to be wearing to my own five-a-side games. And it's going to be very exciting. So there you go. You can clearly see the Roma design there. And that's just beautiful. So I love that. I really do love that. So much appreciated. Thank you, as always, just for anything, even just the general messages that we exchange. Always exciting to do so. But there we go. That was interesting. Now we have a shirt here that I've bought. One I've actually paid money for. One that's going to be going direct into my collection. So let's get this open. I've had this one a while, as always. So let's get rid of the bag. Now then, let's look at the rear. This is the mysterious Italian team. Now it does actually say on the back of the neck who it is. So it's kind of giving away that one a bit, isn't it, if you can read it. Just have a little shield there with a 7. I think we know what that means, don't we? And let's bring it round to the front. So let's lower the collar because it actually is obscuring a little bit of a feature for this shirt. There we go. So there's the front of the shirt. So it's an all-white effort. And this time we have a manufacturer that I am yet to have. iSports. I'm sure some of you will be familiar with that one. We have the club crest. Doesn't give much away with it, doesn't mention any text, though I reckon opposite to this one I've just showed you, quite a few of you will be familiar with this one, or at the very least have heard them. Might not be able to recognise it, but you will have heard it. And there we go. So we've got little sponsors on the sleeves. Same one. Oh no, it just says iSports, so it's just the manufacturer. And then we do have the tag in there. It's hidden away. It's quite a thick cardboard effort. It is medium. Recommended retail price €75. I didn't pay that for this shirt there. As I mentioned, there we go. There's a little bit of design on the back of the neck. For those of us who are sat in England might think, oh, hang on a minute, that's interesting. Unfortunately, I'm going to have to let you down. It doesn't stand for that. So I will dress the mannequin, and I'll get back to you as I usually do. Rightio then, so there's the shirt, and looking at it, it's actually quite tight on the mannequin there, so something to consider if you're going to buy one from iSports. Maybe buy a size up unless you want it to be super skin tight. But who is the team? It is Pro Vercelli, and this is their home shirt from 2020-2021, so a relatively new shirt. And I bought this one from Depop. Yes, it cost me £19. I think they had it listed for £22, and I offered them £3 left, and they gladly accepted that money. Now, I think that they probably bought it from Classic Football Shirts themselves because they've got a little bit of a partnership, it seems, with In fact, this shirt is actually still for sale, only in small at the time of recording, and is listed for £29.99. So it's nice to be able to beat Classic Football Shirts for once for prices, and £10 off. Cannot say no to that. So the club was founded in 1892, and they are based in the city of Vercelli, which is in the north of Italy. Now, if you're looking at sort of the crest there and on the back of the neck, you might think, oh, there's some interesting connections there, possibly to England. Unfortunately, that is not the case. It's just purely visual. The reason why they have that particular styling is because they were part of a group called Lombard League or something to that effect, which was actually formed all the way back in Roman Empire times, and it was kind of a group of territories in the north that were kind of fighting against certain sort of rules by the Roman Empire, and they took inspiration from Milan, where their crest, their sort of coat of arms, shall we say, has that sort of St. George's flag, England styling going on there. In fact, the coat of arms for Vercelli and Milan are effectively the same thing, so no connection to England other than the fact of the styling there. So, the club plays in the third tier of Italian football. That's what they were playing in next season. Last season they were playing in the same division, and they just managed to avoid falling into the relegation playoff zone. So not a particularly exciting and amazing season, and they probably hope that the upcoming season runs a little bit smoother. However, as I did mention, they are one of the most successful teams in the history of Italy. They've won 7 league titles. That's more than double that Roma have won, Lazio have won, Napoli have won. I think I got that correct there. So yeah, considering those teams you would think are quite successful, nothing compared to mighty Pro Vercelli. The only issue is that I think the last time they actually won a league title was in 1921-22, so it is over 100 years since they last had some success. And in fact, I think the last time they were in Serie A was 34-35 season. It's been a while, and I don't understand. Surely they've got the history, they've got the name. Why doesn't someone with a little bit of money take them over and try and push them back to Serie A? That'd be a great story. I don't know what's happened. Maybe that's the case. I know money in Italian football is a bit of a soft spot. The team's gone bankrupt a few times. I think they own still the rights and everything. But to me, that's something that I would probably go for. But there's probably reasons why that hasn't quite occurred yet. So this is my first shirt manufactured by and as I mentioned, Classic Football Shirts have a little bit of a partnership with it, and it's nice. It fits really well. It's an Italian sportswear brand, and you can buy the shirts off their website also. They've got sort of partnerships with quite a few Italian teams. The only thing I'd say is what complements the fact that I mentioned on the tag, €75 for a shirt, especially for a third division Italian team. It's quite a lot of money, that is. Specifically when Classic Football Shirts will then list it for £29, £35. It's actually cheaper to, if you live in Italy, buy it from Classic Football Shirts and buy it in. So I've had many opportunities to buy one over the years, and I suppose I've kind of put it off, and here we are. It's quite nice. They put quite a good amount of detail and effort into it. Transferred on. You've got the silicone effect there, and you've got all these small little details. It's not too bad, actually. Now, the most recent shirts that the club released were actually ones also, again, that Classic Football Shirts had for sale. I was really tempted by the away one, I must admit. It does have a giant lion on the front, which is always a nice design. I've got quite a few of those that have that similar styling. This one was going to have to settle for the fact that it's got a little one on sort of like the collar neck bit there, a little insert. Again, that's sort of siliconed. But that's it really. That is the shirt. I have one of the most successful teams. I think when I was looking at the list of most successful teams in Italy, Genoa, that's one of the teams I also need to get. For some reason, they don't always have their sponsors on them, though they are sponsored. So one day I'll pick up one of those. Maybe next season's going to be the one where I think, did they get promoted back to Serie A after this last season? I'm always a bit scared when I start talking like this. I'm not 100% sure. But there we go. It's quite a simple shirt. It's white. It has red on it. It's just going to go away, and sometimes in the future I'm going to go, have I actually got one of those? I actually do have one of those. So let me know, what do you think? Did you know this about this team? Were you familiar with the history and the success? And hopefully one day we'll see them back in Serie A. Probably won't be winning it anytime soon, but it's always nice to have the successful teams historically at least make an appearance every now and then. So that's the end of this video. Obviously a big thank you to Vladimir again for sending me his amazing Roma-inspired 5-side football shirt. And then we have Pro Vercelli home shirt from 2020-2021. Now I do have an idea for the video on Friday if I do go ahead and film it. Slightly different, and it should be a little bit fun, a little bit interesting. It kind of kills two birds with one stone. So keep your eyes peeled for that one. As always, thank you for watching my videos. Hope you have a great week ahead, and I'll see you in the next video. Goodbye.